Hello everyone, and welcome to Royal Daily Report, your trusted source for the latest royal news and celebrity updates. I'm your host, and today we have a major story that you won't want to miss. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from Royal Daily Report. Let's get started. She slept with my husband. These are not words from cheap magazines. These are the actual words Jessica Mulroney has been saying privately, quietly, again and again. And according to many people who know her, she says it without any doubt. And the woman she is accusing is Meghan Markle. Not a stranger, not an enemy, her friend, her sister. The woman who came to her house, helped pick her clothes, played with her children, and sat in the front row at her wedding. Tonight, we are not doing fake palace stories. We are not doing unclear rumors. We are not doing polite guessing. We are saying the real names. We are showing the real time, and we are revealing how one of the most famous friendships in modern celebrity life supposedly fell apart into lies, tricks, and an affair that destroyed a marriage. This is not just gossip. This is a real investigation. But to understand how something this bad happened, we need to go back to the start. Before royal titles, before California, before staying quiet became a plan. Before Meghan Markle became a duchess, she was an actress in Toronto with big dreams but not much fame. Before Jessica became a warning story in the headlines, she was the stylist connected to Canada's rich and powerful people. She was married to someone important and knew people that most others don't. And when these two women met, it was not by accident. There was chemistry. There was connection. There was opportunity. Jessica Mulroney didn't just become Meghan Markle's friend. She helped build her up. She styled her clothes. She introduced her to important people. She brought her into rooms where Meghan would never have gone alone. Private events, media circles, political connections. And let's be clear, Jessica wasn't just connected. She was married to Ben Mulroney, a powerful media person, a TV host with deep political family history, and a last name that quietly but powerfully opened doors. This friendship was not just casual hangouts. This was real support. Vacations together, constant phone calls, praise on social media, inside jokes, public loyalty. Jessica was not just a side friend in Meghan's life. She was the foundation. And when Meghan started dating a British prince, Jessica was reportedly one of the first people she told. Her children walked in the royal wedding in front of cameras from around the world. If you're enjoying this investigation here on Royal Daily Report, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next update. This was not just friendship. This was being close to history. But here's where things start to really matter. Because friendships built on connections don't break like normal friendships. They crack differently. And cracks don't start with scandal. They start with unfairness. Let's say what everyone is thinking. Jessica gave more than she received. She gave clothing help, emotional support, introductions to important people, and credibility. She supported Meghan during the awkward time when she went from being an actress to dating a royal. She made things easier. She protected Meghan's image. She showed up. And what Meghan gave back was visibility, not loyalty, not protection, just visibility. People close to this friendship noticed it early on. Meghan leaned heavily on the Mulroney name when she needed Canadian credibility. And Ben Mulroney's connections, those were not optional. They were strategic and planned. This was not about romance yet. This was not scandal yet. This was about positioning and strategy. And here's the mistake Jessica admits she made. She didn't see it coming because she treated Meghan like family. She didn't keep track of favors. She didn't set limits. She didn't keep score. But Meghan did. And when ambition grows faster than loyalty, someone always gets left behind. What Jessica didn't know, what she would only understand years later, was that this friendship was not built on strong ground. It was built on sand, because the first real test of loyalty was coming. And when Jessica needed Meghan most, Meghan disappeared. Every friendship has a breaking point. For Jessica Mulroney, that moment came in 2020, when the world turned against her. When her name was being destroyed in headlines, when brands stopped working with her, TV networks cut ties, and her reputation fell apart almost overnight. And while Jessica was being publicly destroyed, one person had the power to change things instantly. Meghan Markle. But Meghan didn't defend her. She didn't post anything. She didn't stand beside the woman who had stood beside her for years. She went silent. Not confused silence. planned silence. Sources say this was the moment Jessica's heart sank. Because when everything was burning down, Meghan was already gone. No explanation, no loyalty, no kindness. Jessica lost contracts. She lost visibility. She lost protection. And Meghan, she protected herself. This was not just creating distance. This was abandonment. And according to people close to Jessica, this is where the emotional calculation changed. Because you don't accidentally disappear from someone's life when they are at their lowest point, you choose to. But the silence was not the worst betrayal. The real damage was happening somewhere else, inside Jessica's home. While Jessica was fighting for her career, her marriage was already falling apart. And this is where Meghan Markle's name enters a very uncomfortable situation. Because sources say Meghan didn't just drift away from Jessica, she stayed close to Ben. Late-night phone calls, appearing together at events, spending a lot of time together, moments where the line between family friend and something else became blurry. Toronto social circles noticed, people whispered about it. Jessica felt it. She confronted Meghan privately, and here's what didn't happen. There was no denial, no reassurance, no clear boundary was set. According to sources, Meghan avoided the topic, changed the subject, made it seem small, and then kept moving forward toward her new life, her new image, her new world. Meanwhile, Jessica stayed behind, watching her marriage get weaker, watching the woman she trusted stay uncomfortably close to the man she married. This was not paranoia. This was not jealousy. This was intuition, screaming and being ignored. Stay tuned to Royal Daily Report for more breaking updates. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Because what Jessica would later say changes everything. And this is where the friendship officially died. According to multiple sources, Jessica Mulroney has said the words clearly, with no hesitation, no drama. She slept with my husband. Not once, not accidentally, but as part of a pattern. Sources say Meghan Markle developed an unnatural closeness with Ben Mulroney under the cover of being professional and familiar. Shared hotel stays, long trips, private gatherings where boundaries disappeared. Witnesses noticed lingering touches, private whispers, moments that didn't feel right. Even then, this was not a rumor born online. This was a realization that came from looking back. Jessica began going back through timelines, messages, phone records, late-night texts exchanged during high-profile events, communications that suddenly made sense. And when her marriage finally collapsed, the missing piece fell into place. Jessica didn't scream this to the press. She didn't leak it to reporters. She didn't try to make money from it. She told it quietly to people she trusted. And according to those people, she was not guessing. She was stating facts. This was not just betrayal. This was invasion. A friend entering a marriage, using closeness, using access, and walking away when the damage was done. And if this were only emotional, it might have stayed buried. But Jessica was not just left with heartbreak, she was left with evidence. And that's when this story stopped being something that could be denied. On the surface, Meghan Markle sells empowerment, sisterhood, advocacy, female solidarity, mental health awareness, and moral clarity. But sources who have watched her inner circle get smaller say there's another version, one that doesn't give speeches. That version forms friendships fast, takes value efficiently, and cuts ties cleanly. Jessica was not the first person to experience this. She's simply the most damaging example. Look closely, and the pattern repeats. Relationships burn bright. Access is gained. Loyalty is assumed. Then silence, distance, erasure. The public Meghan talks about uplifting women. The private Meghan allegedly throws them away when they become inconvenient. Jessica's accusation adds a darker layer. Not just abandonment, but intrusion. Entering her marriage, using closeness to power, crossing a line that cannot be uncrossed. This is not about jealousy. This is not about resentment. This is about behavior. And behavior repeated over time becomes character. Remember to subscribe to Royal Daily Report for all the latest royal news and celebrity investigations. Which brings us to where this story stands right now. Unresolved, unstable, and dangerous. Meghan Markle has not responded. Her team remains silent. No denial, no explanation, no acknowledgement. That silence is not accidental. Because responding would mean dealing with the timeline, and timelines demand answers. Jessica Mulroney, meanwhile, is no longer protecting anyone. Her marriage is over. Her career is rebuilding. And according to those closest to her, her patience is gone. She is not screaming. She is not leaking things recklessly. She's waiting. And that's what makes this dangerous. The allegations are already spreading through elite social circles in Toronto and beyond. Quietly, believably, from people who know both sides personally. Other former friends are watching closely, because if Jessica speaks fully, she won't be alone. This is how walls crack. Not from shouting, but from pressure. So the question now is not whether this story exists, it's how long it can be hidden. This is not celebrity drama. This is a structural exposure. A story about what happens when ambition runs faster than loyalty, when closeness to power replaces ethics, when silence is used as a weapon to protect an image. Jessica Mulroney lost her marriage. She lost her reputation. She lost years protecting someone who, according to her, never intended to protect her back. And Meghan Markle now faces a reckoning she can't public relations her way out of forever. Because this time the accusation is not vague, it's personal, it's named, and it's backed up. If you're listening and wondering whether more is coming, it is. Follow this podcast. Stay alert. Because silence doesn't end stories like this. It only delays them. And when the truth finally decides to speak, it never whispers. That's all for today's episode of Royal Daily Report. This story is far from over, and we'll continue to bring you updates as they develop. If you enjoyed this investigation, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Royal Daily Report. Share this video with anyone who needs to hear this story. Thank you for watching Royal Daily Report, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay informed, stay curious, and keep watching Royal Daily Report for all the royal news that matters.